The time of year for mentorship has come again. Our new mentorship class will be beginning Friday, August the 16th for Level 1 students, Level 2 students Friday, August the 23rd, and our continuing mentorship students will begin Saturday, August 4th. And we have a very special announcement. For those of you who would like to purchase the mentorship and the live event coming in October, we have a Together special where you will save $500 when you buy both of them. We have payment plans available also. You will be getting, as usual with our mentorship class, 8 hours of group teachings. That's 4 2-hour classes you meet every other week. You will also have 2 private sessions with me. For those that are in the level 1, we'll have 2 half-hour sessions with me. Those in the level 2 will have 2 45, and anybody in the ongoing mentorship will have 2 1-hour sessions with me. You can save these sessions, they're good for life, or you can use them during the mentorship journey. You will be able to come and share that community journey by coming to the event, having that community journey with the mentorship people, and I look forward to seeing you at the live mentorship and the event coming in October. Thanks, everybody.
Hello, I'd like to invite you to embark on this transformational workshop as you journey to become an ancestral medium. Are you ready to learn how to speak to the ancestors in a sacred way? Would you like to learn how to receive wisdom and teachings from your spirit team of elders? Join me as we learn how to set up ancestral communication. We also visit the ancestral hub of interconnectivity. We learn how to set up the Dreamer's Lodge among the soul family members. Also ancestral medium revocation soul surgery. We also connect to the grandmothers and grandfather collectives, plus many more ancestral teachings and techniques for you to connect to your guides and guardians. Join me on the 22nd of September, 5 p.m. till 9 p.m. UK time, 12 p.m. till 4 p.m. East, as we journey to meet the ancestors. I look forward to seeing you on this journey, and to book, visit daletobin.com, and there's a contact form on there for you to book on. Thank you, and see you soon.
The Galactic Historian team is coming to you this October 26th through the 29th for a 4-day U.S. event set in the picturesque Willamette Valley, a place known for its healing potential, nestled in the heart of beautiful wine country.
Hello, I'm Andrew Bartzis, the Galactic Historian. Join me and our incredible team of spiritual guides for an unforgettable experience at the Living the Mystical Life Daily 3 Conference in the No Drug Mystical Experience Retreat.
Hello, I'm Laura Massey of Two Feathers Medicine. This event is a unique opportunity to connect deeply with yourself and a like-minded community as we embark on a journey of sacred self-mastery and living our mystical lives daily.
Hello, I'm Dale Tobin from Symmetry of Health. At this event, you'll get the opportunity to sample our innovative combined healing therapy for yourself, including the rare Lucia light and all the new ambisonic therapy chamber, a 3D sound experience designed to guide you into a deep state of relaxation and rejuvenation.
Hello, I'm Amy Kruzic from Universal Citizen Media. We're excited to bring you in-person presentations, live demonstrations, and immersive group healing experiences that will elevate your spiritual practice.
Day 1 and 2 will feature the highly anticipated Living the Mystical Life Daily number 3 Conference, discovering new teachings, guided meditations, and captivating presentations by myself and our incredible team.
And days 3 and 4 will take you on a mystical journey without use of drugs or hallucinogens at the No Drug Mystical Experience Retreat. Immerse yourself in guided healing journeys and a multidimensional sound experience.
Together, we'll dive deep into healing and self-discovery, utilizing state-of-the-art technologies and ancient wisdom.
And with the Manifest package, early bird tickets are available until July 31st, 2024 for just $2,000. Secure your spot today and enjoy exclusive bonus offers and additional perks.
Don't miss this incredible opportunity for growth and healing.
And meet us in person in the beautiful Willamette Valley.
And elevate your spiritual practice with all new teachings from the Galactic Historian team.
Join us in Oregon on October 26th through the 29th, 2024. Reserve your spot today and embark on a journey of transformation, connection, and mystical exploration.
Hello everyone. So I just wanted to share this creation with you as we come into the Lion's Gate in 3 days' time on the 8th of the 8th, 2024. So this is something I created this morning, and I'm going to add more and more layers to it. I'll be doing videos. I'll do another video on the Lion's Gate with extended stuff I'll be doing as well. So this is talking about what some of the Lion Gate we can experience and what some of it means. So here we go. So Lion's Gate is a frequency holder to create a new reality within oneself. The lion roars upon the flight of the eagle, which is sent from Sirius to our planetary consciousness. The planet accepts this as ancestral wisdom, which is gained in the great remembering of one's unique blueprint of time and no time. The Lion's Gate assists those who have forgotten themselves through race amnesia and through the charge of hatred towards themselves and others. The gate opens people to their chaos of their self-creation, which herds the sheep to understand they are cattle and held within the fences of programs. Those who have forgotten the code of the peace fire creation will feel the thorn upon the rose. The bee will sting once again until we sing the truths of our creation spark and become the mastery of plenty again. Aho.
Meow, 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 meow.
Hello. Meow, 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 meow. Woof, woof, woof. Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Talking Stick Show. So we call this Riders of the Storm of Change. So we are coming into the Lion's Gate in 2 days' time. So we're just going to go around everyone and just see how it's going for them. We'll start with Amy Music. How is it going for you into the Lion's Gate?
Ooh, it feels like a really, really big lion. It's been a little rough these past 2 days for me. I don't know what it is. But I mean, Dale, we were talking before in the little room, and a lot of family stuff is coming up. Like when I go for like just to rest my eyes or like, and then maybe fall into a sleep, I will go back to childhood. I'll go back to the home I grew up in, and I'll look around the neighborhood. And then I can see the things that I've done, the things that I didn't do, the things like all of that's coming up for me now. And it's putting me in this place of like, well, now what do I do with it, right? But it kind of like I kind of write it out now. I write it out in the journal and just to get it out on paper. But a lot of it wasn't mine at all. A lot of it was mine. I was very naive as a child. You know, like all of that's coming up.
Wow. Thank you, Amy.
Yeah.
And Andrew, what's it been like for you, brother?
It's actually been pretty easy on me because I saw what was coming. I've tried this before. It was like you're going to be going 20 rounds with boxing with Mike Tyson in his prime. Now, the universe is also betting against you in this bet of this thing. Normally, I say the universe works for you, not against you. The universe can work for you and still bet against you. So you have odds stacked against you. If you're going to go heads on, you're going to be facing Mike Tyson, the bull, who's ready to bite your ear off. If you learn how to avert battles, how to avert war, and how to extricate people who are baiting in you to battles, you might be able to get out of this Lion's Gate relatively unscathed. I personally believe there'll be only a handful of people who can get out of it completely unscathed. We all have our stuff. We all have our triggers. We all have the things that set us off. And in this world of division, rhetoric and politics, rhetoric and religions, and everybody in their little tribal situations, this Lionsgate is designed to get people into the boxing ring and fight, 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 fight. But what happens at the end of the fight? Let's say you win a fight. You're bruised. You got to go into recovery, and then you got to practice to fight again. And this is the season of fight, 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 fight. When in fact it should be avoid the fights. Fight at only the last situation. This is not turn the cheek and get your ass beat either. You do have to stand your ground and know when something or somebody is abusing your lit situation. So it is going to be a test of adrenaline.
Wow.
Mm.
Thank you, Andrew. David, what's it like for you?
Oh, I'm good because I have learned over the past few years to prepare. Okay? I come from the Caribbean, so if you know that there's a storm coming, you prepare. Okay? So I have narrowed my interactions quite a bit, right? I cooked beforehand, right? And I'm ready to do either the bunkering down or whatever. Whenever it comes to major solstices and so on, where I know there's going to be some kind of upheaval, I make preparations. Okay? Make sure that you meditate. Make sure that you're well fed. Make sure that you're well resourced. Okay? And if you have any grand plans to go rock climbing, cancel them. Cancel them. Right? You cancel them. So, I tell you what, Lionsgate is going to be done, is going to be spent, right? Like, honestly, like just this morning, Amy was on the phone with me, right? And I'm like, I have to switch out my washing machine, okay? But I'm going to do it really quickly, and I'm going to hook it up, and I'm going to wash my clothes before, okay? Right? You just prepare ahead of time in terms of mind and so on. So as for the 8th, I am prepared, and I know when to switch my phones off, because that's another thing people don't know how to do.
Yeah,
Okay?
you've been doing that for years, though. You're well.
I was thinking exactly the same thing.
You didn't answer anything back.
I know this is my phones off. Trust me when I tell you that.
David, you know your phones aren't going to turn off this Lionsgate. They're going to just ring, 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 ring.
Andrew, can I ask you guys a question? You guys have a modern phone right now, right?
Yep.
You remember when you used to be able to press one button and turn that shit off?
Yep.
So now I have a Samsung. Let me explain to you what I have to go through to turn this off. I first have to press 2 buttons at the same time that are on the same side.
Yep.
Until, hold on 1 second. You see all of this nonsense? Until the exit screen pops up. Then you press this off button and then you have to fingerprint it to make sure that you could switch it off. Okay? That it's you switching off your own phone. Right? If I was a hacker, I wouldn't want to switch off the phone. I'm just saying. Right? So, yeah. All of these things tell me that people want to expose you to energies that you really don't want to be exposed to. That's why I switch my stuff off.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And what are you doing with patches?
And you're antisocial.
David's been preparing for a long time.
Yes. He was born to do this.
He was born to jump
I'm
the
not really adopt the dark. I was born into it. Right?
Thanks, David. Thank you so much. Laura, for you?
Well, sometimes I do listen to what Andrew's telling me when we have phone conversations. And it's been coming up for me within my family and so on. And I have learned mostly to stay sacred neutral and to try and handle situations as a peacemaker and peacekeeper. But as we know, being a peacemaker also means ruffling feathers, or as Andrew says, a bit more than that sometimes, and creating boundaries and so on. And I don't want to be knocked away from my peace. But I know with this Lionsgate, there's going to be times that I will be. I know the reason that I be is so that I actually do my inner work and look at my own shit. And it's going to show me what I need to work on. So I accept that, and I think I'm ready for that. But yes, the trying to walk that peacemaker and peacekeeper line when a lot of people are around me are really struggling at times with the energies is going to be a tough one, but I'm up for it.
Beautiful, thank you.
I like to say that people will use their butt cheeks to turn their underwear into square knots when you do peacemaking around them.
Yes, I've already as we have discussed. Yeah, but it's good practice for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
when your sphincter can tie a knot, you know you're skilled.
Yeah, go on, Dale, for you.
So for me, it's been about, I've been like a bit like Amy. I've been showing a lot of the past and some of the holes within myself, some of the inner work I need to do on the past to make sure these holes are kind of sealed up, cemented, places of anger within myself from the past. Which come in as holes, as like, so if someone projects as you, if you get angry straight away, you've lost, because as soon as you get angry, that's a trigger for shit to get in. And what I've learned is being around my mum, my family, like shit's kicking off. My mum speaks to me in a certain way where I just trigger the shit out of her all the time. So I have to basically speak in a certain way. So for me, it's basically given me, and like Andrew's really helped me understand what I need to do next about my last divorce. I have to go back and tell my full story of going through the marriage and when I went through abuse and the trauma and so on and so forth. So for me, I'm going to use this in a positive way, even though there are a lot of shit going on. It's going to allow me to have kind of like a map moving forward to the event where I'm going to be doing ceremony, going back, telling my story, writing my story out, and doing my due diligence, as like Andrew talks about all the time, being responsible for who I am. And this divorce has allowed me to go through such a death and rebirth where my old self didn't want to die. So for me, it's all about birthing the new self, but realizing the old self has to die. And like Andrew said, being dead is good at times, as he messaged me earlier. He was like, are you dead? And I'm like, yes. He goes, well, being dead is good at times. So for me, that's what it's about, doing my due diligence, knowing people will project. And like I've seen people, I talk to them and they'll try and take my energy and stuff. Being prepared, talking to your aura, sending prayers forward in time, realizing when shit does hit the fan to try and walk away from it, try and be peaceful. At times you may not be peaceful, but walk away. But obviously, like Andrew and Laura said, you have to stand your ground at times. But I pick my battles. Like I'll have messages from my brother or mum where there's a lot of basically trying to get me into a bit of a thing with them. I just completely ignore them now because I need to take this time for myself. And obviously coming into October, I'm so excited for doing the event in October. And for me, it seems like Soul Family are coming together now, from all of us doing our due diligence, going back to that word, looking within ourselves, not allowing hatred to be part of our journey, but allowing love in. And love will allow us to guide and meet our soul clans and our pods, whale pods, and so on. So everyone out there listening, come to the event because it's going to be a Soul Family reunion. And we've got some incredible things happening. You get to meet the Galactic Historian. You get to meet all of us, David, Amy, Laura, Joel, Morgan. It's going to be very special. So what you said, I will make it educate Marvel Jesus. So guys, we're going to go on to doing the call-in. So Joel has put the link to call into the restream. So if you'd like to come and have a call just before Lionsgate, and also we've got coming up Adventures into Reality on Thursday, actually on the Lionsgate. So this will be interesting of what callers we're going to have going into that and what on Thursday as well. So yeah, coming in, have a chat, speak to us, and yeah, we dare you.
We dare
Replace the dead. Anything you want to add, Laura?
I might do ASMR roasting.
Oh,
yes.
ASMR roast.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Okay.
Yes. Yes, do it.
So we've got no one in at the moment. So there we go. So guys, what do you want to talk about?
So Dale, dead is the new alive.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. In this world of oppositions, juxtapositions, and repositionings, what was in the past is now not in the present, and what is in the present is not now in the past, and what is in the future has yet to be yet. So dead is the new alive, and alive is the new dead, yes. And dead is when we don't choose to be alive until you choose the new dead, which is the form of alive, because so many people are leading dead lives, going nowhere, doing nothing, having no dreams, having no entertainment in their life, just stuck watching the boob tube, and eventually they start sucking on the nipple of the boob tube, and they are taken by the propaganda of the system and become just an average sheep.
Wow.
Yes.
A lot to process. We got that written down, Andrew.
Did you call that boob tube?
Boob tube, yeah.
On the name of boob tube. Oh, okay, yes.
Yes. It's an American. It's an old American saying.
It is. Get up. Go watch the boob tube. I don't know why. Why, Andrew? Why was it called the boob tube?
Because people would watch it like boobs.
Like boobs. I was going to say which came first.
Fixated, yeah.
Which came first?
Yeah, I'll check the history of it.
That's funny.
So, David, let's bring you in. So, what can you advise for people coming into this Lionsgate and just prepare themselves really? What could you advise from your background and learning?
Lionsgate is the time for change. One of the biggest problems of change with a lot of people is that, well, there's a number of elements to problems of change. The first is we don't know what we're changing to. So you don't have a plan, but you're going into a gate that has change as its foundation, right? Maybe you should have a plan, because you could either be swept around like on the tides of change, or you could learn to surf. You better learn to surf. Surfing is good. It prevents drowning most of the time. That's the first thing. They have a fear. They don't know what they're changing to. The second issue that they have is change means disconnecting from something that they're comfortable with. Okay? So, if you are the kind of person who is comfortable in really bad situations, then my suggestion would be that you reevaluate the situation, because change is coming either which way. And here's the thing about change. It doesn't always have to be pleasant, but your attitude to it would be the third thing. The attitude to it would be most important. So if you are going to encounter change and it's going to rip you away from the reality that you're presently in, you can either choose to fight invisible energies or waste or spend time building the future that you're moving towards. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't have a plan, they have a bad attitude, and they don't know how to surf. So they will drown. Okay? My suggestion for everybody is that you sit down, think about everything that is coming your way. Because here's the thing about Lionsgate I have found, I don't know whether you realize it. The changes for Lionsgate don't come on 8/8. They begin before. Pay attention to what's happening. What I call the convergence. I call it a convergence. And it's happening to a lot of people. So small things are happening, but then they don't realize, oh, that might be part of a plan of things that are happening. So a lot of people aren't in connection with the universe, as an example. Okay? So they don't read the universe. You don't need to be a psychic. You just have to have common sense. Here's what's going. Let me put it to you this way, in a nice way. Let's say that you're in a business relationship or a romantic relationship. Okay? Okay. We're going to go from July to August. Okay? 15th of July. Things don't go so well. Okay? The week after for business drops, right? Or you have a bad date or something else happens. At the end of July, okay, something happens. I don't know, a fire catches over. You have a brick and mortar business. There's a fire in your kitchen. Who knows? I don't know. Okay? You see the convergence of things that are happening, and then you see it as a trend, right? Because it's coming up to a certain point. Most people don't pay attention because they see these things as isolated events. As opposed, I don't think the universe acts as isolated events. I think it acts as a convergence a lot of the times. And if you're not aware, then you're going to get blindsided and you're going to be continually surprised. So for those of you who had the stomach ache last week, right? And now you have diarrhea. And then you're thinking, oh, I'm just eating at bad places. Do something about it before it gets to the, science. That's what my advice is. Pay attention. Pay attention.
And as well, like, this is something I wanted to ask you as well and talk about to you, Andrew. It's like, as I was seeing parts of myself and I've seen it around me, it's like passion can sometimes work against us, can't it?
Correct.
And that's what I've seen, and that's what I understood about myself, being passionate but too passionate and going off and obviously doing one idea, doing the next, not doing it. And I kind of like had a bit of a review going back and seeing the times when I was like that. And I guess that comes down to a bit of do. But yeah, that was something I was thinking about and learning from my own experience there. Yeah.
See, a lot of people invest passion poorly. A lot of people don't understand that passion is an investing into your future process. And so many people have been passionless for so long, they use it up right away. Or they invested into something that is well before the cart before the horse. And they complete something in the future, but they've done nothing to prepare for the present. And it's a vicious cycle. Instead of holding your passion, growing it, getting that internal fire going, getting that internal dynamo of self-creation moving, they just use it up and burn it out and piss it away.
Yes.
Correct.
It's like being a zealot with passion, I guess.
Well, what is a zealot with passion in financial terms? They're financial idiots. Okay? As soon as the inspiration paycheck comes in, they burn it up, paycheck to paycheck. So there's nothing left over to invest. And what's the martyr do? Just gives away all their passion. Never saves any for themselves.
So I guess that connects to as well, like people getting sessions, doing courses. Like you see it time and time again, people come to see you with all this passion and they're like, oh, I want to do everything. I want to be this and that. 2 weeks down the line, they've burnt it out and they're completely off the path again. Then follow it by 9 months later. Yeah, go ahead, Andrew.
Brutally honest, when a person says they have passion, I doubt it.
Okay,
I doubt it to the level that they can show me, and it's really simple. I can hear it in your voice. It's a frequency. It's a vibration. It's a harmony with what the words that you say. It is so blatantly obvious who's the fake it to make it passioneers and who's the reality of do it passion people.
Yes.
What's the difference between purpose and passion?
Some people need purpose to have passion, and others need passion to create purpose. They're not always the same. The equation is always there. But what is purpose? Some people are, I need a purpose to exist, when in fact your existence is the purpose, and the rest is self-discovery. And it comes from a combination of religion versus no religion. Did you study philosophy? Not study philosophy. Did your parents instill into your work ethic? Did they not? All of those are grander parts of the equation that determines what you really want to do in your life. Versus the person that's told you're going to be a doctor. You have no choice. Okay? That's crushing that passion.
Yeah.
Or the person that's told you will never parachute, you will never have tattoos, you will never do any of this. Okay?
Yeah.
And I guess that comes down to remembering we're experiencing beings, doesn't it? And a lot of people don't realize that you go through so many changes in life and there comes a point where you need new experiences because it gets rigid and the same experiences don't do it for you anymore. And time again, a lot of people are in the same job, in the same kind of mess they're in, and they don't realize they can actually change it. And that's what I learned about the divorce and doing it obviously that way. Part of me was so in codependency and so stuck in my little safety of obviously this and that, but I had to completely obviously go through it, let go of it, and realize there is a bigger picture out there, and having new experiences is so fucking important. It enriches you, learning new shit, going out listening to new music, meeting new people. And I was a bit of a I didn't really have many friends. I did have friends, but obviously meeting you guys has just opened me up really to knowing that there's a world out there and we have to allow ourselves to go out there among the masses and not be, like Andrew said, not be monk in the mountain. It's time to get out. And when I go out, it's like one of the greatest things because I meet people, and obviously going back to that experiencing side as well. Yeah.
There's also the aspect of it, accepting the change rather than battling it, isn't it? As David was saying, it goes back to that staying in the flow of life and allowing your life forces around you and the universal life forces to support you through this. Although, as Andrew said, they can. What did you say? The universe can bet against you as well.
Has he got a cigarette in its mouth with his little betting slip? Like, right.
Exactly.
He's there, like, literally with his cards, like, right, I want to bet on this guy. He's not going to fucking do it.
And it always wins sometimes. It usually wins sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's always on your side, even if it's betting against you. Sometimes the betting against you energy is to put the pressure to motivate.
Yes.
Or I'll show you, universe.
Yes. So it's like a kick up the backside energy as well the universe is giving you, isn't it? I mean, this is the shake up, isn't it?
Could be.
Yeah.
It could also be the great downfall. The universe gold. I told you. Are you ready to listen to me now? Word for word for word, so I can lead you out of here like an ox with a nose ring.
Yeah. It's the universe giving you the roasting, putting you in the hot seat and giving you the roasting.
And Andrew said something. There's a bunch of people who mistake fascination with passion.
Yes.
They mistake fascination with passion. So somebody reads a book and says, "Oh, there is Reiki, and it was by this Japanese guy." It's like, "Oh my God, it's Reiki, it's Japanese guy." They're using it to distract themselves from something else, right? Fascination.
Generally, yep.
Okay? Right?
And then infatuation and fascination are radically different processes.
Correct. Yes, because a lot of people tend to mistake the two because they kind of what they hear about passion, it feels similar, but it's not similar. Okay?
That's right.
Because if you have a passion about something, it is part of who you are in the moment that you are feeling that passion. Okay? It's not something that is an interest of yours. Okay? Let me tell you something about the difference between somebody who has passion and somebody who's just fascinated. Somebody who has passion does not even think too much about the failure. They think I have to do this. Okay? And the result shows you the difference. Okay? So as an example, you could be very passionate about something, and then you say, okay, it might be, I don't know, becoming a counselor. That's an example. Right? You might be passionate about something. And you want to become this counselor, whether it be a spiritual counselor or whatever else. You're gonna do whatever it takes to get to where you're gonna go. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're gonna do whatever it takes to get wherever you go. You're fascinated about something, the first roadblock that you run into, you're done. You are done.
Well, you see it in
like all of
you see it with.
Go ahead.
So David, you
Go
see
ahead.
it with like spirituality, don't you? And a lot of people, not everyone, come into spirituality guns blazing, want to do this, want to do that. Then they find themselves in a situation where they have to talk to someone and actually talk about their opinions, and it just triggers the shit out of them. They get really annoyed, and they're just like, yeah, completely explode.
Go on Facebook and argue.
I hate to have to bring this up again, but if you're into spirituality and you get challenged, which is why I have different personas to annoy spiritual people. If you get triggered by something, so as an example, if I slip into, oh, this spirituality thing is nonsense. Y'all believe in something that y'all don't actually see. All your experiences is just figments of your imagination. If you feel what I just said and you're slightly annoyed, as opposed to saying, oh no, it's David again doing that thing that he does, right? It's David doing that thing that he does. Then you're going to have a problem. You're not really into this. You're not, because I shouldn't be able to shake you like that. I shouldn't. And the thing about it is, that if you cannot stand challenge to your belief system, you're a fanatic. You don't have passion. That's what a lot of people in the US are suffering from now, Andrew. You know this, right?
Yeah.
They're fanatics. They think they have passion. You're passionate about climate change, so you block the M25. That's fanaticism. Well, you don't think I know what's going on in England?
So obsession is a key thing to understand here too. Obsession and fanaticism can go hand in hand, but there are people who have an actual psychological disposition to obsession, and that obsession will turn into gluing their hands to the ground. It's climate change. They already have a psychological issue going on inside them, and they need causes to sacrifice themselves to make themselves look important. And
Yes.
unfortunately, we have an entire generation of millennials that are like that.
It's like the people who go to
A
Burning Man
lot
all
of
the
people
time.
don't know what the difference is.
Yeah, I call them servants to sacrifice.
Yes, but they think that they're sacrificing themselves on the altar of some huge greater good. And you're just annoying. You're just annoying people.
Yep.
Oh, I have a question then. So, yeah. When is it people who have passion, that, I'm passionate about this, I'm going to do it, and they don't really see it. When do they give up on their passion? When they don't see progression, let's say.
It's how they deal with instant gratification. If they can deal without instant gratification and hold on to some of that passion, the equation may work for them. If they demand instant gratification for the 1 ounce of work that they do, they throw their passion away or misuse and misspend it frequently on things expecting to get instant gratification. I did this work, where's my trophy?
Okay, is there a piece of hopium in that too? Where
Hopium and copium, yes.
Okay.
Hopium.
And copium, that's a new one. Copium.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is like, well, I got this contract and that contract, but then no money is flowing in. Do you know what I mean? And then it's like, but I'm going to keep at this because this is my passion.
Or,
well, I'm going to
I've got this contract and this contract. Why hasn't the money come in? What have I done wrong? I should quit. I'm not good at this. And the internal voices of decease and decay take over.
Correct. Correct. Cease and desist, because everything, a lot of people, they find themselves with their back against the wall, not realizing that when you find yourself in a hole, there are at least 3 or 4 things that you have not thought of. So they don't do the things that require them to get out of the hole, such as bringing another brain into the equation. Okay, because it's their passion. Some people hold their passion like some sort of pride. I'm like, no, it's just your passion. That's all it is. It's not the pride of the world. It's just your passion. And other people, they don't see it the same way as you do. Okay? And it's not your job to try to make them feel or see things your way. Okay? I may have a passion for artificial intelligence, right? You don't see me talking to you about the wonders of artificial intelligence, do you all? Right? Right? I don't try to explain each reference code to you. You don't see me sitting down. But a lot of people tend to mistake that, and this is when you fall into the whole fanaticism thing. But when you're talking about change as a whole, and people don't see the changes, the changes that they made bringing fruit, well, there's a problem there. You have the formula wrong. Just because you have passion, the universe is not obligated to give you everything that you want. You gotta work. So a lot of people don't see it that way.
Well, a lot of people just.
Yes, I deserve.
Yeah, a lot of people.
I just said entitlement. That's the issue.
Yeah. And they think they're entitled straight away, and as soon as they do anything spiritual, yes, they just expect the universe to completely bring everyone to them, everything to work out, and they don't realize that you actually need to put in the graph, don't you, and the balance and everything in between.
And recognizing it's a co-creation, using your passion as a co-creation with the universe.
And ironically, that's when they get into faking, which Andrew speaks about ad nauseum. Right? This is when they get into faking, right? So, I became a spiritual counselor, but people are not throwing money at me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my little turban and the white hopes, in the hopes that people will throw money at me. And then it makes you inauthentic. Okay. Right. And you may get some money trickling in. And let's say somebody paid you 5 cents. You immediately become, I am the best guru that there is everywhere. And I'm like, no, Dread, you're just wearing a turban. That's what you're doing. You're wearing a turban. And a lot of people don't see it that way, right? But we've seen that time and time again, right? And Andrew, you and I have seen this many, many times. You guys have seen this. We had a whole show, a couple of shows last year on these kinds of people. So we already know that.
David, can we break down the passion to be a fake it to make it person? The
A lot of
delusion behind it?
honestly, a lot of people think that if I fake it long enough, I'll make it. Okay. The problem with that is that when you fake it, you forget to actually do the work. So let's say I put on a turban. Forget it. The next show that I'm on here, I'm coming with my turban. I don't care what y'all say. Okay. If I put on that turban, the turban becomes the embodiment of all my spirituality, not me. You understand what I'm saying? Right? So I don't need to meditate. I don't need to do the ceremony. I don't need to do the work. Why? Because I have a turban. Turban. Right? Right? And once I have the turban, I expect you all to approach me in reverence because turban's right here. Right? And a lot of people tend to think that. A lot of people tend to put on the trappings of spirituality. I don't care how many quartz crystals you have in your basement. Okay? I don't care. So they put on the trappings. They have a bunch of tools collecting dust at their home. So are you passionate about it? You may be passionate about the trappings of spirituality, but you're not passionate about spirituality because spirituality is not pretty. Okay? You like the prettiness. The amethyst is nice and purple. You know, the quartz is nice and clear. You have your rose quartz, which is nice and pink. Yeah, but the actual spirituality, the part where you go through the depths of despair to come back out a new person, you don't want to deal with that because that's ugly. That's ugly stuff. And so that's where you separate the wheat from the chaff when it comes to things, because people will throw crystals at you all day. And this is my crystal that I got in Morocco, and this is my crystals which I got on the sands of on the bank of the Ganges, and this is my crystal that, and I'm like, so tell me about your spiritual experiences. What have you learned? You want to have a discussion about it or not really? No. The crystals. Let's talk about the crystals. They're really, really cool. Yeah, we all know somebody like that. Tell me that y'all don't know anybody like that. Y'all know somebody like that. Every one of y'all. And Andrew, you know,
That's half our audience.
Right? We all know somebody like that.
The people in the background
I
are
see
turning
that as
purple.
well. That's why no one's calling in. They're all... So
That's why
yeah, I've seen it.
Because this considered too much thing.
I see it time and time again, like especially face events I've done in the past, where you'll be like, oh, this person's really interesting. Then all of a sudden you have a conversation with them and you're like, holy shit. Like, as soon as you actually start engaging yourself and talking about who you are in like an authentic, nice way, they kind of get, weirded out, and they just kind of like ignore you or just like turn away and be really rude. It's time and time again you see that shit happen.
Mm-hmm.
And we have our first caller. So Heather, will I bring you in? Hello, Heather.
Hi, Heather.
We can hear something. Hello, are you there? Hello. Heather, I think you've unmuted because I can hear the background. Heather, you're on the show. Can you hear us?
Yes.
There she is. Can you see us? Hello.
She's listening to the show and not this, and she's on a long delay.
Okay, yeah.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello, can you turn your
Can you hear me
video off,
okay? I don't
please?
have a headset.
That's fine. Can you turn your video
Are you
off?
able to hear me?
Yes. Turn your video
Hi
off
there.
and computer off. There's a huge delay, isn't it?
I spoke to Andrew in 2013.
So, Heather, can you hear me? Can you turn your video off, please, and turn the computer off in the background?
Can you hear me okay?
Not really, no. There's a huge delay going
Oh,
on, and
good.
you've
You
got the
can hear me.
computer.
Okay, my audio stream is just catching up on the TV.
Right.
You have to turn off the TV.
So I'm sorry for the delay. I spoke with Andrew. It's been a long time, 2013 or so, and you gave me a great reading then.
So, Hevok, if you can hear the words I'm saying, can you
And
turn
so
your
what I'm
video
calling
off
about
first?
today are the energies that are coming through. Are they going to help with the dissolving of these paradigms that the youth are taking on? And help us to remember what we forgot when we came here to Earth. I do believe we've had many incarnations. I know a little bit about mine, I think, but I am learning still, and I'm open to learning, and I'm hoping more people will be ready, receptive to these changes we're going through. That's my question.
All right. So if you can hear me, you have to turn off your television. You're creating an echo and a delay, and please turn off the video on your phone. Now that's going to take like 30 to 40 seconds to get to you. And the answer to your question, there will be change, but people have to individually change on their own. They must be passionate about the change. They must fulfill themselves with the change. No one will do it for them. Just because the energies are right for change doesn't mean people will change. And ultimately, it's going to come down to choice, 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 the use of free will, the use of free will, the use of free will. And those that do not use free will go through the thunderstorm of change and have nothing to show for it at the end. And the answer to your question, there will be change.
There we go.
Yeah.
It's come through.
Yeah.
Andrew, it's gone time traveling.
Right, did you turn your TV off? She's still listening to the TV. And she's got her speaker off.
So I'm going to probably have to let it go just for now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to bring on...
All right, so for
Asha.
anybody that's listening that is able to get through, you must turn off all external devices. You can still hear the show while you're in the waiting room. When you come in, preferably you have a headset. If you do not, it's because you know that your speakerphone works good. If you're in a room with loud noises, don't use a speakerphone. Pretty simple. And sometimes there is a significant delay.
So, Asha, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hi there. Where are you calling
Hi,
Where are
from,
you calling
Asha?
from today?
I'm calling from upstate New York, Saratoga.
What do you want to talk about today?
Um, I'm really happy that you guys are doing this live about this.
Oops.
I think we're having the same issue. People are calling in with phones, and like my phone, I can't stay connected to Restream more than a minute and a half, and it just gives me the OSTAP and kicks me off.
Well,
So
what
something's
about...
going on with Restream.
Yeah. What about, Joel? You mentioned maybe switching over to Zoom, which will take 5 minutes to switch over and finish on the last part of Zoom. What do you think, Andrew?
I've got a session that I got to get to, but you can go over to Zoom.
Yes. Just for like the last half an hour, I think would be the best.
Yeah, you just got to set a Zoom room up and send it Joel the link.
Yeah. So what we're going to do, everyone, we're going to come off this and we're going to go over to the Zoom room so you'll be able to get in onto the Zoom room, and just keep an eye out for the link when the show comes back on. The link will be in the chat and you can come into the Zoom room, and there shouldn't be any problems because we haven't had any problems with the Zoom room lately. So just wait and we'll be back, guys. Thank you.
All right.
Galactic Historian Team is coming to you this October 26th through the 29th for a 4-day U.S. event set in the picturesque Willamette Valley, a place known for its healing potential, nestled in the heart of beautiful wine country.
Hello, I'm Andrew Bartzis, the Galactic Historian. Join me and our incredible team of spiritual guides for an unforgettable experience at the Living the Mystical Life Daily 3 Conference and the No Drug Mystical Experience Retreat.
Hello, I'm Laura Massey of Two Feathers Medicine. This event is a unique opportunity to connect deeply with yourself and a like-minded community as we embark on the journey of sacred self-mastery and living our mystical lives daily.
Hello, I'm Dale Tobin from Symmetry of Health. At this event, you'll get the opportunity to sample our innovative combined healing therapy for yourself, including the rare Lucia light and all the new ambisonic therapy chamber, a 3D sound experience designed to guide you into a deep state of relaxation and rejuvenation.
Hello, I'm Amy Kruzic from Universal Citizen Media. We're excited to bring you in-person presentations, live demonstrations, and immersive group healing experiences that will elevate your spiritual practice.
Day 1 and 2 will feature the highly anticipated Living the Mystical Life Daily Number 3 Conference, discovering new teachings, guided meditations, and captivating presentations by myself and our incredible team.
And days 3 and 4 will take you on a mystical journey without use of drugs or hallucinogens at the No Drug Mystical Experience Retreat. Immerse yourself in guided healing journeys and a multidimensional sound experience.
Together, we'll dive deep into healing and self-discovery, utilizing state-of-the-art technologies and ancient wisdom.
And with the Manifest package, early bird tickets are available until July 31st, 2024 for just $2,000. Secure your spot today and enjoy exclusive bonus offers and additional perks.
Don't miss this incredible opportunity for growth and healing.
And meet us in person in the beautiful Willamette Valley.
And elevate your spiritual practice with all new teachings from the Galactic Historian Team.
Join us in Oregon on October 26th through the 29th, 2024. Reserve your spot today and embark on a journey of transformation, connection, and mystical exploration.
And we are live
back?
again. Yep.
We
Woohoo!
are back, and we've
We're
just
back.
rode some storms there.
We did. We did.
And we have changed over to Zoom. So I just want to apologize. So we've had a lot of issues with Restream, and we've had to go through Zoom. A lot of people couldn't get into Restream, and we do apologize for that. But we're now on Zoom, and Joel has put the link in the chat. So we've got about 45 minutes left. So we'll get some callers on. So if you want to come in and have a call, come into the Zoom room and chat. The link is in the chat. So here we go. Riders of the Storm. Let's go.
And actually, the Zoom link is in the show description. We found that when we put it in the live chat, there's bots and trolls that get in. So
okay.
You're gonna find that link right underneath the video there in the description.
Yes. So in the description.
No, I was going to say if Asha wants to call back.
Yes.
You know, she was on when.
Yeah, great idea.
Yeah, please call back.
So we will get on first. So giving you the signal to unmute, or I think you can unmute yourself. We'll give you the signal to unmute, or you'll just unmute yourself. So Pavel, do you want to come on? Just unmute yourself. I don't think I'm host, Joel, so I can't give the signal to unmute. In this ever-present moment, I clear the gremlins of Lionsgate. I allow the peaceful energy to come into Zoom.
So yeah, I sent them the signal to unmute.
So Pavel, you have the signal to unmute. Are you there? We saw you in the chat earlier, unless you've gone off to the toilet or you've gone to ride the lion. There we go. So yeah, we might as well just wait for other people to join. So the link is in the description if you want to come in for a free reading. And we've just been talking about earlier on the show, if you've just tuned in, we've been going into passion and just different types of things we deal with. Also talking about the effects of Lionsgate, what we're going to come into as well. For me, it's about seeing Lionsgate as stirring the pot of self, and seeing Lionsgate as showing you a way, but you've chosen many ways, or there's many options for you to choose, but there's specifically certain ways you can get out of the mediocrity you find yourself in, or the darkness, or the enlightenment traps. Because a lot of people go into enlightenment traps, go into false light technology, go into things which doesn't really grow them, things which only take their time and awareness, but they don't have the ability to realize, how can I actually go through growth? And I'm going to say this to a lot of people listening. It's time to start doing inner work. It's time to start doing your due diligence, because each year you're going to get your ass kicked even more, to the point where people around you will fall out with you if you don't start to allow yourself to go into the caves of forgiveness, the caves of love. Because a lot of people are struggling with mental illnesses, mental health, people going to hospitals, families breaking down, people fighting, relationships coming to an end. It all starts with you. And it's time to stop looking around you and blaming other people. It's time to stop judging people. It's time to stop being in competition with those around you. We have to forgive as well. That's one of the biggest growths for me. And Amy, do you want to talk a little bit about forgiveness? Because I do feel that's very important with what's going on, and obviously what's happening and so on.
Yeah, forgiveness. Wow, it used to be a hard thing for me back in the day, right? Because it was a lot of blame in that forgiveness, or not forgiving. There was like, look what you did to me. You did that to me. I didn't do, a lot of that. Especially I use family because I have a big family. But then going through the inner work and seeing the journey, like I was talking about before, it still is coming up. All the things, from my childhood, like it's so weird how I go right to my house and I do the walk of my neighborhood and I see everybody that I interacted with. And it's kind of cool showing me look what you could have done. Look how you could have changed that. This wasn't yours. but you took it on. All of those things. And, and also, it feels as though it could be a vicious spiral, because our thoughts and feelings and, behaviors, they can sometimes work against us. And then it becomes a spiral down. And that's what it feels like for me. It's like, no, I don't need to do that anymore. I don't need to go down that spiral anymore. I can spiral back up. So, doing image work, I do a lot of that. Just doing that for myself so that I don't go down that vicious spiral, because it's not really great for your mental health and well-being for
Beautiful,
me. But
Amy.
forgiveness, I know forgiveness. So, it's still a harder thing for me. I have to say, it's still hard.
I
You
think
know?
it is for many people, but it really is the precursor to growth.
Yeah.
So forgiving yourself and others is going to take you on the next step. And Lionsgate is just going to bring up so much and so many potentials, so many paths we can take. And this is where we have to stay grounded and we have to go to our heart space. And those of you who have done many of Andrew's practices, they're really going to help now. This not letting yourself be pulled off center, keeping that sovereign, sacred neutrality, that authenticity from the work you've done, that you've learnt. And if you haven't done it, then start now just by simply getting grounded and going to your heart and finding the authentic you. And it is a long-term process to pull out the programs that are holding you back or are taking you away from your authenticity. Because if we don't do the work, the Lionsgate is just going to bring up that work that we need to do. And that's why it's going to be a real rough ride for some people. But it's learning how to use your thought, words, and actions without them being agendered or weaponized. Yes, you can be agendered for peace and love. Love is a frequency of peace. I mean, that is the whole aim of this, ultimately, is working towards the fifth world of peace and bringing those energies into the now and into your heart. And the Lionsgate's going to show you, you have to choose that path to self-healing. If you feel you've come here to make a difference, start by making a difference to yourself with the self-healing process, which we talk about often.
That's it. And remembering as well that the bee is going to sting. And that's something I said in the message earlier. And every time I say that, I see the bee clans around me, just trying to express, because bees are heart-spaced awareness beings, but also they sting. And it's a symbolization of us. Are we going to choose the heart space pollination process of the code of the flower to allow ourselves to actually pollinate in the right way with spirit, with the cycle of the wind? Or we can allow the bee sting to sting us. And this is it. Allow yourself to come out of competition. Allow yourself to go into valleys of forgiveness. And even though it's hard, Amy, I have the trouble forgiving as well, because sometimes we are so hurt. Our spirit is so hurt. And like you said before, Amy, you said it's not ours at times. And that's so true, because a lot of the shit we're dealing with is ancestral stuff. So we're dealing with stuff which was created through the lineage, or people not being aware of their own passion, their own love, creating wars in the thousands of years ago, karmas from other wars, from other planets happening where things are getting resolved here now. And it's a bit of a war zone at times, but we have to remember the code of peace, and we have to remember we're here for each other. And you've got to have friends. You've got to have people you can talk to. And those hermits who don't have any friends, get yourself out and find some friends. Very, very important. You cannot do this shit alone. If your ego thinks you can and you push everyone away, this Lionsgate is going to literally kick you up the backside, turn you around. And like Andrew says, Mike Tyson, 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Like the heading of the show says.
There we go.
Are you going to ride the storm or get beaten up by it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I think what we're going to do. Go ahead, Amy. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say about the bee. I mean, sometimes we do need to get stung.
Yes.
Sometimes that's the hard way, right?
Yes.
And so, maybe the bee's trying to show us how sweet we are.
They're all nice.
Through the sting. Through
Ding.
the sting. I don't know. Sometimes we forget, right? Sometimes we forget
Yes, beautiful.
who we truly are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
we've got what we're going to do, because we've just seen wrap up the show. But just before we go, maybe a few words, me, Laura, and Amy, just to maybe say a little closing prayer, just as we go out. So I'll just begin. So I, in this sacred moment of the now, I allow the flourishing of myself to flower. I allow the ever after of here to be now. I allow my soul family to come to me in sacred spaces in the dream world. I allow myself to dream with source connection with my guides and guardians this evening. I allow myself to let go of the past and enter the winds of change and the cycles of trust within myself. I allow myself to send myself this golden energy into the holes within my aura, into the darkness within myself, as I allow myself to jump like the frog, allow myself to go on to the next stage of growth, allow myself to fly like the eagle of the night, allow myself to hear the owl going who, and who is you. The owl is calling who, but the owl is you, and you are the owl. So allow yourself to really hear the message of the owl, calling you to who you are, what you are, how great you are. Owl.
I ground myself in this moment of the now and call in all other pieces and parts of myself. I ground myself to the Earth's natural frequency, to the Earth's natural synchronous grid. I ground myself so that I may be a being of equal co-creation, non-competition, non-hierarchical order, a being in this moment of now with my brothers and sisters, the standing nations, the sky nations, the thunder beings, the four-legged, the two-legged, knowing that all will ride through the great winds of change that sweep across the planet. But knowing as I stay grounded, knowing as I go to my heart, as I see myself as my fetus in my mother's womb, where I had my greatest connection to the divine, when I can see and feel and be in those frequencies, when I can be a non-agendered being, not using weaponized words, not manipulating or wanting to be in control, but staying in that sovereign, sacred, authentic position in my heart, behind the wheel of my heart, in charge of myself, not stepping on others' journeys. When I can do that and maintain a level of peace, when I can maintain peace, when I can create a level of peace, being the peacemaker, maybe ruffling some feathers, creating boundaries, separation of densities. When I can do that and maintain the peace as a peacekeeper, I know I can ride these energies. I know I can ride the energies of the Lion's Gate and create great change within myself. For if I want to see change within my world and this world, the change begins first within myself. Picking up that mantle of responsibility given to me in my DNA lineage, given to me by my ancestors, by the grandmothers, with us all now to help us through. For whatever changes we make to ourselves helps them grow and progress in the great wheel of life.
And always remember who you are and why you are here. For you were created in love from the divine spark. Your most sacred task of this lifetime, you know what it is. And do you show up for yourself every day? Your thoughts, your feelings, they all go hand in hand. So by changing what you think, we can also change the feeling and the behaviors behind that. So let's possibly roll up our sleeves and tackle clearly what you define as your goals in life. And because those gifts are unique and they benefit us all, We all want to see your gifts. And I so appreciate the community out here, the community that grows with us, you guys that show up every week to see us. We appreciate you so, so much. So I'll leave you with this. How do you see the world?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Incredible. Wow.
Oh,
Thank
that
you,
was
Amy.
great,
Thank you,
guys.
Laura. So just before we go, just allow that prayer to sit with you and allow yourself to build a ceremonial fire in the dream world, and allow that ceremonial fire to be your peacekeeper and coding of peace. So when you the times where you get sad, the times where you get angry, just allow that peacekeeper and peacemaker fire to be there burning in front of you. Allow that passion of you to come forward as we go into this great remembering and this great change and cycle on the earth mother here now. And we are ready to change, and we are ready to roar, and we are ready to see this Lionsgate through with our own spark of life again. We did it. We are here and now. We are allowing the eagles to come forward now and guide us onto our next journey. We are the eagles of the night. Remember that, the eagles of the night. Aho.
Thank you. Well, guys, we will see you on the other side of the Lionsgate.
Yes.
And we will also see you, hopefully many of you, at the fabulous event, our Soul Family Reunion, Soul Family Picnic.
Yeah.
We can all be
Looking forward.
together and think of the algorithm that will create with the ambisonic, with the mats, with the cheer light, with all of us, including you being there, being together.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. So make sure you're part of it.
And remember to drop a subscribe, a like, a comment. We really appreciate your feedback. Maybe talk about how Lionsgate is going for you or how you see the world around you. Yeah, thank you. And if you want any sessions with any of us, go on to the description, and we are offering sessions and help for you. So get yourself out there, get someone to look into you, get that extra help. Thank you, everyone.